And we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What is up, folks? I hope y'all having a great day. Hope you had a good weekend, starting your week off right. If you're listening to this on Monday, I appreciate it. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm going to let y'all know from the get-go today, from the beginning of the episode. Hit the like button, subscribe, share it with somebody. I'd appreciate it. Follow the podcast. Do all the social media things. I'd appreciate it. That goes a long way for me with spreading the word about the podcast. That would mean a lot if you could do that for me. So yeah, we got a solo podcast for y'all today. And I still like doing the solo podcast. I love when I have guests on. Those are always fun, interesting conversations to have. But I like doing the solo ones too because it reminds me of where we all began on the podcast. So yeah, today's podcast topic is going to be about something that I've personally been struggling with lately. And y'all see what we're going to talk about. But yeah, I've personally been dealing with this. So I thought this is a great topic to talk about on the podcast today because I know I'm not the only one that struggles with this. I know probably 90% of y'all struggle with this as well. It's very common, and it's a result of just the way our society is today. Yeah, it is what it is. And today's topic is going to be, if you hadn't already seen the title, today's topic is going to be about snacking. So snacking, everybody loves to snack, but we know most of the time it's not very good for us because most of the time when we snack, we don't normally pick healthy options. And that's the problem when it comes to snacking. So in my opinion, I don't really think there's anything wrong with snacking, but I do think there's some right ways to go about it, some right ways to snack. And I'm guilty, man. I've been snacking like crazy lately, and I just been using the excuse of, oh, it's because I'm in a prep right now. I'm running a lot. I'm burning a lot of energy, burning a lot of calories. I'm sweating a lot, and those things are true. I am doing that. I'm burning a lot of calories. I'm sweating a lot. Like I'm doing a lot, and that's what I've been using to justify my snacking, and I know that that's wrong. Like I gotta stop. I can't get it under control. Now, y'all would not believe me when I say my appetite is through the roof. Like I could eat a whole entire cow, I feel like, in a day. Like I really could. Like I've been so hungry, it's unreal. So I just been snacking like crazy, and I can't help it, man. It's hard not to. I can't. I feel like I can't get full. Like I really do. Like I could just eat all day long, and it's a problem. I can't get it under control. But my problem is I've been snacking, but I've been picking bad choices to snack with. Like I hadn't been picking very healthy snacks or replacing those snacks with meals, and that's where I've been going wrong. So that's what we're going to get into today. We're gonna go over 10 little not challenges, 10 little topics of how we can help with snacking to make snacking better, make it easier, make it more healthy, and we're going to go through that. So most of us we tend to snack at some point during the day. Like it's kind of hard to go through the day without snacking. It's just kind of a common thing that we do nowadays, especially with the ease of foods being available. Processed foods are just there. You don't have to cook them. You don't have to prep them. All you gotta do is just unwrap them and eat them. So it's so easy to do. And there's some strategies around like getting better at this, not doing it, choosing healthier foods, things like that. So that's what we're gonna get into today in the podcast topic. There's also some things that you have to realize of what makes you snack. So we're going to get into that as well, like what's leading to you wanting to snack. So we're going to get into that too. So that's going to bring us right to point number one. I'm going to talk about each one of these points. I'm going to talk about like what I'm going through and how I'm doing it too as well. So point number one is figure out if you're actually hungry or not. Like a lot of times we snack not because we're hungry, but because we're bored or we may be stressed out or, it may just be there. It may just be available, so you just do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always. It don't always come from hunger. So what I want you to do is when you first get that urge to snack, when you think about snacking, when you think about going to get something to eat, like really like stop for a second and ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Like, am I hungry right now? Like, am I going to get a snack right now because I'm hungry? And be honest with yourself. Don't just think, oh, a snack's available, I'm gonna go get it because. Yeah, it may be available, but you don't necessarily need it. If you're not hungry, then don't eat it. So like ask yourself, am I actually hungry right now? Because hunger and cravings, they're not necessarily the same thing. Like they're not like you can have cravings without being hungry. And I guess you could be hungry without having cravings too. I guess it does work both ways. Real hunger typically builds up over time. Like you don't just get all of a sudden just get super hungry all of a sudden. It normally builds up. You know, your stomach may feel empty, like you may be low on energy. A lot of times you get tired, you may be hungry. But a craving can just come out of nowhere. Like you can just see something, it triggers a craving. It can make you really want something all of a sudden. Or the one that I get is I have a craving all of a sudden for something sweet. Like I just want something sweet, especially like right after dinner. I want something sweet, or right before I go to bed. Like I want something sweet. Those are like triggers for me. I don't know why. I don't know how to stop it, but that's just is what it is. So figure out if you're actually hungry or not. Ask yourself that. Like literally stop. Am I actually hungry or not? Now think about it. And if the answer is yes, then hey, you may actually be hungry and you may actually need something to eat. And if that's the case, then I would suggest instead of like snacking, instead of getting a snack, like eat another meal. Like go get an actual like another meal. Maybe not like a full on huge meal, but like actual real food, like make you some chicken or some fruit or some yogurt or something you would eat for a normal meal. Maybe not like a full on like serving, maybe like half a serving of a meal or something, but eat actual real food instead of going and get like snack food out of the pantry, because typically those snack foods in the pantry are typically going to be less healthy for us and less beneficial and less nutritional value. So that's what you should do if you actually are hungry. Like if the answer is yes to that, then I would suggest getting real food instead of like snack food. Don't think that you're not allowed to eat. You do want to allow yourself to eat because you don't want to restrict yourself, because then that makes it even harder too, and then you'll end up binging. So like don't think, oh, I'm not allowed to snack or I'm not allowed to eat. You are. Just make better choices when it comes to that. And if you ask yourself, are you actually hungry, then it kind of helps you understand why you're actually eating. You're actually eating because you're hungry, not just because you're bored or you want something to do. So you got to have that awareness. That's going to be key for step number 1. Have that awareness. Are you actually hungry or not? So point number 2, stop eating too little during your meals. Like get meals that are actually going to fulfill your hunger. Like don't make little small meals. And for like an example would be like breakfast. A lot of people just grab something on the go for breakfast and it's a small meal. And like you may grab like a banana, or you may grab like a piece of toast, or you may, for lunch, you may make a salad like with just lettuce. Like a lot of times these are small meals. They're not really going to fill you up. So try to have full-size meals that are actually going to fill you up. You know what I'm saying? Because it may, like if you don't fill yourself up, they're going to have like that craving for more. So if you can have a full meal, then it's going to keep you, full for longer. So then you won't want to eat until later in the day. So, and if you have these small meals, come 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to be starving. You're going to be ready to eat again. You're like, and then that's when you're going to overdo it. So when you're extremely hungry, it's a lot harder to make those better decisions around what food you're eating. If you're extremely hungry, you may just go, pig out or do something quick because you're hungry. You want to get something in your stomach, and that's understandable. But if we can prevent you being like super hungry at the end of the day by eating, bigger meals at the beginning of the day, like breakfast. Like a lot of people skip breakfast, and that'll do it too. Like you skip breakfast and then you just went all morning without food. You're probably gonna be hungry, so you may tend to overdo it later in the day. Now I know some people like to fast in the mornings, and that's okay if you can control your hunger. But if not, then you may need to eat a more full meal during breakfast or a bigger meal during lunch to hold yourself over throughout the rest of the day and the rest of the afternoon. This will help you with like not having to depend on your willpower, because like if you're not hungry because you have a full meal, then it's easy to like not to snack, not to say no, because you're not gonna be thinking about food. You're not gonna want to eat, and you won't have to rely on your willpower to say no to the snacks. You know what I'm saying? So just try to make your meals big enough. Like ask yourself, did you eat enough? Did you get enough protein? Did the foods actually fill you up? Are you eating, satiating foods? And then how long are you going in between meals? Like if you're eating and then you need to eat again like 2 hours later, then your meal probably wasn't big enough because you didn't get full. A meal should last you a little bit longer than that. So try to make your meals, bigger, more fulfilling, and make sure you get enough, calories and nutrients in those meals. Make sure you're eating protein. Make sure you're eating a lot of fiber, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, things like that. Things that'll help keep you full for longer. That's the goal is. It's not, you don't want to see how little of food you can survive on. Um, you want to see how much, like, what little of food is actually sustainable. Because like anybody can go and eat 1,000 calories in a day and survive on it, but like that's not going to be sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to eat 1,000 calories every day for months. Like eventually you're going to give out, you're going to binge eat, you know, and you're going to relapse. So try to figure out what's that least amount of food that's actually sustainable for you. That's what you want to figure out. So point number 3, and this kind of goes on the last meal, and this build more satisfying meals. So I know the last point was, I think I just went blank. The last meal was stop eating too little during your meals. And now this one, point 3, is build more satisfying meals. So if your meals are satisfying, then you're not going to go looking for something else. If your meals actually satisfied you, it made you hungry. I kind of hit on this one a little bit on the last point. I got ahead of myself a little bit. But, you know, a meal can be low in calories, but it's a lot of times that's still going to leave you hungry. Like if you eat a meal that's low in calories, you're still going to be hungry a lot of times. So try building your meals around protein. Try building your meals around, you know, foods that have fiber in them, foods that have, you know, fruits and vegetables. These foods are going to be more fulfilling and leave you more satiated for longer. So think about the foods you're eating. I kind of got ahead of myself on the last point. This is kind of repeating what I already said. But yeah, make sure you're not eating too little of food, and then make sure you're eating the right foods. That's the 2 points combined right there. Make sure you're eating foods that are actually satiating. It's going to keep you full. You're eating enough food. So yeah, proteins are going to help keep you satiated. Vegetables, fruits are going to keep you satiated. Potatoes, rice, here's the good ones as well. So the goal is to finish a meal feeling satisfied, and that way you don't think about food afterwards. Like if you're satisfied, you're probably not, you know, sitting there thinking about food all day. Because if you're hungry, you're going to be thinking about food. So we got to leave the meal satisfied so we don't continue to think about food. So point number 4, we want to create a rule around snacking. Like I said, snacking is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, it's not necessarily like something you have to cut out altogether. But you got to have rules around it so you don't overdo it. So create simple rules. So a few examples could be, I only eat when I'm sitting down. So like if you're somewhere where you can sit down, you can have a snack. Or a good one is you don't eat directly out of the package. So if there's a lot of it in one package, instead of grabbing the whole package and just sitting there munching on whatever you're eating, you have to take the snack out of the bag and put it in a separate container. So that way you don't sit there and eat the whole entire bag. Like especially like a big bag of chips. This is a good example. Take a few chips out, put it in a separate container, a bowl or something, and then put the original bag back up. So that way you can eat everything that's in the bowl, and that way you don't just sit there and eat the whole bag. Because we all know you get a bag of chips, before you know it, the whole bag is gone. So yeah, separate the containers. Also, you could do like a 10-minute rule. So if you got one snack and then you want another serving, well, make yourself wait 10 minutes before you go back for that second serving. That's going to be a good rule. A rule that I use is I'm only allowed to get one snack at a time. So like a lot of times I will go to the snack drawer. If I'm at work, they got snacks. I'll grab 2 and 3 snacks at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because they're small. You know you're going to eat them pretty easy. So like I grab 2 and 3 at a time. So I made a rule for myself is I'm only allowed to grab one snack at a time. So like if I'm at work, I can have a snack, but I can have one, and I have to go back to my desk, eat it at my desk. And then if I want another one, I can have another one, but that means I got to get back up and go to the snack drawer again, get one, and then come back. So that just creates more of a barrier. It creates more friction for me to actually get up again, go all the way to the snack drawer, get it, and come back. That's more work I got to do. So that's the rule I made to help create a little more friction when it comes to snacking. And it does work. You'll be surprised if you sat down. A lot of times you don't want to get back up and go snack, or you know you shouldn't be getting back up. So it helps create that little bit more friction so you don't just, keep snacking and snacking. Because if I grab 2, 3, 4 snacks at a time, I'm going to eat all of them. I'm going to sit right there in one sitting. I'm going to eat all of them, period. So if you only get one, then that right there just automatically lowers the amount you eat because you only have one right there in front of you. So you can only eat one because that's all you have available. So that's a rule that I use. not eating directly from the bag is a big one. That's what gets most people is you'll just bring the whole bag or the whole container. Or if it's like Oreos, you'll bring the whole pack of Oreos with you, and before you know it, you done ate a whole sleeve. You done ate the whole sleeve of Oreos. So you can allow yourself to have the Oreos, but just take them out of the container. Like however many you've allowed yourself to have, take them out, put the original container back up, and then that way, you can only eat those. That's the only ones you have available. And then if you want to go back for more, well, then you have to like physically get up and go back to the pantry and get it. So it just creates more friction. So that's what I would suggest. Take it out the original package. We got to practice these portions because that's what kills us. Like snacking, honestly, is not killing people's gains. It's over snacking, so it's overdoing. It's eating the whole sleeve of Oreos instead of having, 2, 3, 4 Oreos, So let's try to practice our portion control. Don't try to cut out snacking altogether because that's hard and it's not really sustainable. But you got to learn how to control your portions when it comes to snacking. And I'm guilty of this too. I'll eat the whole sleeve, this whole sleeve of Oreos. I'll do it. Or I'll eat the whole bag of chips. This is a bad one. So putting the food in a different container really helps me, again, because it creates that friction. Like if I want more, then I got to get up, go back to the pantry, put them back in another separate container, and it just creates more friction. So I highly suggest that one. That's a good one. You just got to be intentional about how you snack and not just overdoing it. Point number 5 is make the unhealthy choice slightly harder. This is a good one. Make it harder. Another saying I like to say a lot is out of sight, out of mind. So if you take the unhealthy snacks out of your sight, then you don't really think about them as much. And when you do think about them, it may be harder to go actually physically get them. So don't try to rely on your willpower. Willpower is very, very hard. So your environment is going to be even more important. Like make it harder for you to get the cookies. You know what I'm saying? Don't just leave cookies sitting on your desk. Don't just leave cookies out on the kitchen counter. Like put them up. 1, so you can't see them, and 2, if you do want to go get them, it's harder for you to go and get them. I know it's not hard to get in the pantry, but it just creates that little bit of friction that may or may not stop you from going and getting them. So y'all know if your pantry is full of snacks, like if your pantry got chips in it, got candy in it, any kind of snacks, and you open that pantry, it's gonna be so hard for you not to grab one of those things. You know what I'm saying? That willpower is gonna be hard, to overcome. So you're setting yourself up for failure. If you got it in your house, get rid of it. Throw it away. Give it to somebody else. Donate it. Don't buy it. That's the biggest thing. Don't buy it. When you go to the grocery store, don't buy snacks. Now, I know for a lot of people, this is hard because we either have a spouse that they want a snack. That's my problem. Or we have kids and you got to buy your kids snacks. And I get that. So if this is you, then you're just going to have even more willpower because it's going to be in your pantry, which honestly, you probably shouldn't be giving your kids these snacks anyways, because I'll tell you right now, they're not any processed snacks that are made for kids. They're not good for them. I can tell you that right now. That's a whole nother episode right there. But yeah, try to keep your trigger foods out of sight. If you have something that you cannot control yourself with, keep it out of sight. Or better yet, don't have it in the house. Take it out the house, get rid of it. Don't buy it, because your willpower is only going to last so long. Eventually, you're going to give in and you're going to eat the whole pack of Oreos, because I do it all the time. Trust me. Don't leave the snacks on the counter. Keep them out of sight. This helps. Don't keep them at work. Don't keep them on your desk or in your desk. Get rid of them. Bring some healthier foods, healthier options that you can have if you need a snack. Yeah. Try to make the healthier choice easy. So, not only do you take the bad snack out of sight, but put the healthy snack in sight. So, bring some fruit with you to work or put some fruit out on your counter. You know what I'm saying? Leave it there where you can see it, so that way you'll be more likely to grab it instead of grabbing, the more unhealthy snack. So try to make the healthier choices easier for you to make, and then make the worst choices harder for you to make. So out of sight, out of mind, make the unhealthy choice harder. And it's just a little thing, but it could go a long ways, and it could save you a bunch of calories throughout the day. So that's point number 5. Point number 6, we got to identify our triggers. So for a lot of people, it may be certain foods that are triggers for you. It may be certain times that are triggers for you. It may be certain places that are triggers for you. It may be certain feelings, like a certain feeling you have may be a trigger for you. For me, my trigger is getting in the bed at night. I don't know why, but I like to have a snack when I get in the bed at night. I don't know why. I don't know how I started this, but it's like a habit. And now every night when I go to get in the bed, I feel like I gotta have something. Like I gotta have a snack. And it's just a habit. Like it's a habit at this point. It's not even like I don't even think like I really want it. It's just a habit. And I started that for some reason. Now I can't break it. It's hard to break a habit. And so what I did was I try to keep healthy snacks in my house so that I will eat a healthy snack at night when I want to get in the bed. So, for example, I like apples, so I'll cut up an apple, I'll eat that as my snack, or Greek yogurt. I'll make a little Greek yogurt bowl. Sometimes I'll put some protein powder in it, or I'll put some fruit in it, something like that. I'll make that before I get into bed, or a Ninja Creamy. If you don't know what a Ninja Creamy is, then you haven't lived life yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do you a favor. Look up a Ninja Creamy and hit purchase on it and have it shipped to your house. It will change your life. Y'all are welcome for that. I just did yourself a favor. So if you don't know what Ninja Creamy is, it's ice cream. You can make your own ice cream. So I make protein ice cream and I eat that before I go to bed at night. Something else I do is like a protein bar. Sometimes if I don't feel like making none, I'll just eat a protein bar. And I know those aren't necessarily the most healthy things, but they're healthier than just eating candy or junk food. You know what I'm saying? So that's a trigger that I have. So maybe it's watching TV for you. Maybe you want a snack while you watch TV. Maybe that's your trigger. Or maybe you get bored. That's a trigger. Stress is a big one. You may get stressed out. Anytime you get stressed out, you may want something to eat. You may want a snack. So figure out what your trigger is. Find out your trigger. Is it a place? Is it a time? Is it after dinner? Is it before you get into bed? Is it when you had a stressful day? Try to figure out this trigger because this is going to help you prevent it in the long run. Because once you can figure out this trigger, then you can figure out ways to prevent, binging after you have the trigger. So it will help you, create that discipline because then you'll identify, okay, this is when I get hungry or this is when I want a snack. So next time that happens, then you can use a little bit more willpower and not eat that snack or go for a different, more healthy choice when it comes to your snack. Again, have the fruits available. Eat the fruit instead of the junk food. So identify your trigger. That's number 6. Number 7, use the 10-minute pause. So when you feel like you need a snack, don't immediately tell yourself, no, I'm not allowed to have the snack. Like, don't tell yourself you can't have a snack because we all know how that works. It only lasts for so long. Your willpower will eventually give out. So don't just say, no, I'm not allowed a snack at all. Because honestly, that could lead to you binging later on and eating even more food. So it just didn't help you at all. So instead, tell yourself, I can have a snack, but I have to wait 10 minutes in order to get the snack. So say you get that craving. You want to go get the Oreos out the pantry. Don't say, no, I can't have the Oreos. Say, all right, I can have the Oreos, but I can wait 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, if you still want the Oreos, then hey, go get them. Or try drinking some water first. Sometimes you drink some water, fill your stomach up a little bit. Sometimes it may change your mind. Or change your scenery. Like go for a short walk. Go outside, walk. It may change your mind. You don't even think about the snack anymore when you get back. You could, if you're at work, get back to work. Whatever you were doing, get back to whatever you're doing. Like do your work, and then maybe you'll probably forget about it, or you may change your mind. You could also brush your teeth because sometimes that toothpaste taste in your mouth could change your mind on what you want. Sometimes things don't taste good after you brush your teeth, so you could brush your teeth. You could try that if it works for you. Maybe you could drink some tea or coffee. A lot of times coffee will suppress your appetite a little bit, so it may make you not hungry after that. So that does work sometimes. Don't drink coffee if it's later in the day though. Don't do that. Do something that would just get your attention off the food. Anything that can get your attention off the food or snack that you were wanting, just do that to try to get your mind off of it. Because if you keep thinking about it, then you're definitely going to give in and you're going to go get it. So try the 10-minute rule. Do something for 10 minutes besides going to get that snack. And then after the 10 minutes, if you still want it, then go get it. That's fine. So yeah, 10-minute rule. That's point number 7. You don't want to just try to sit there and fight yourself for forever. But yeah, that's a good one. It helps a lot. And you'll be surprised at how many times you actually change your mind after 10 minutes. Eventually after 10 minutes, a lot of times you'll talk yourself out of it. You'll be like, I don't need it. I'll go get it later or something. Or I don't need to eat that. Or I'll pick a different choice, a better, more healthy choice. So 10-minute rule. Point number 8, stop eating while you're distracted. This is a big one nowadays, and it's a problem for me too. I'm guilty of this. Every time we eat dinner now, we're probably watching TV. We're watching Netflix, or you're playing a video game, or you're scrolling on TikTok, or we're watching YouTube. That's what I do. I watch YouTube. Or you're scrolling on your computer, or whatever you're doing. You're doing that while you're eating. So you eventually start to associate food with these activities, and you don't even realize it. Like, food just gets associated with it just naturally, and you don't even realize it. So it's like again, it's like one of those triggers. When you start doing these things, it just triggers you to want to eat the food. Like, you start scrolling TikTok, and then all of a sudden you may get hungry, or you may want to eat. So we got to try to separate our eating from our entertainment. Don't try to be distracted. Separate it. Like, don't eat on the couch. Go eat at the table. Go make yourself get to the table, because the table is made for eating. It's not made for necessarily relaxing and watching TV like you would on the couch. So instead of going to eat on the couch, because you're going to turn the TV on when you get on the couch, go sit at the table. Do that instead. Try to put your phone down if you can. Don't sit there and scroll on your phone or watch videos. I know we're all guilty of this nowadays. It's such a little thing, and we don't realize that it's happening, but it does happen. And when you're distracted while you're eating, you don't realize it, but you actually tend to eat more. Like, because you're not correlating with you're not realizing how much food you're eating, and your stomach is not, like, you're not getting the signals from your stomach necessarily that you're hungry. You'll tend to eat more. I don't know if that's scientifically proven, but I would say it probably is true. So yeah, just try not to be distracted. And also, when you're not distracted, you're actually, like, paying attention to what you're eating. You're paying attention to the food, how it tastes, how much you're eating. You're being one with the food. You're not distracted, mindlessly eating. Because, like, if you're watching a video or something, you don't even know what you just ate. Really, you just ate it until it was gone, and you may simply overeat doing that. So try not to be distracted while you're eating, or just try to reduce distractions. Try to pay attention to what you're eating and how much you're eating, and actually enjoy the food. If you're sitting there watching TV, you're probably not even enjoying the food. And that's why a lot of people, we like to enjoy our food. If food's good, it tastes good, so, like, enjoy it. Try not to be distracted so you can actually enjoy the food. That brings us to point number 9. Plan your snacks instead of grazing. Again, you don't have to not snack at all, but if you can, plan your snacks. Plan them. Don't just say, I'm never going to snack, because we always get hungry in between meals. I mean, it just happens. So sometimes a snack can be the best option. If you're on the go, you may have to grab a snack. So it can be the best option, especially in between meals. Like, a snack is so much easier to eat in between meals than trying to, like, make a whole nother meal, or meal prep a whole nother meal, whatever it is. There can be long gaps in between meals sometimes, especially when we go to work. There could be a long gap, like in between breakfast and lunch, or in between lunch and dinner. There could be a long gap sometimes, and a lot of times you'll get hungry then. So a snack, a strategically placed snack, can be a good thing sometimes. So we want to plan these out. Bring snacks with you to work. That's a big one. Healthy snacks. Bring them with you and plan. Say, hey, I'm going to have this banana or whatever in between breakfast and lunch, or I'm going to have this protein bar in between lunch and dinner. Try to plan the snack with you. Bring it with you, plan it, and then it'll be easier for you to stick to that plan, because you brought it with you. You have it there. It's already there. Like, you ain't got to make it up. You ain't got to, think about it. It's just there. You got it, and it's easy. Pick something easy, like a Greek yogurt, fruit, protein shake, cottage cheese, an apple. That's a good one. Peanut butter. I love putting peanut butter on my apple. That's a good one. Beef jerky. That's a good snack, and that one you can just bring in a bag with you. You don't have to make it, so that's good. If you're at home, eggs and fruit is a go-to. Try to pick something balanced. Try to pick something that has protein in it too. That's what I would suggest. So have healthy snacks on hand. Have them ready, and it's going to help you manage your hunger instead of just putting it off and becoming starving, and trying to eat later, because eventually your willpower is going to give out. So yeah, plan your snacks instead of just mindlessly going and getting something when you get hungry. And then the point number 10 is, don't try to be perfect. It's so hard to be perfect. And this is what I do. I try to cut out snacks altogether. I'm like, all right, I've been snacking lately. I ain't eating no snacks today. None. That's what I do. And honestly, it hardly ever works out. Sometimes I'll do it. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, I had too much. I'm going to cut it back today. I ain't going to do it. And I'll do it all day. But guess what? The next day, right back to snacking, because I get hungry again. I'm not satisfied. So don't just, like, try to cut it out altogether. And another thing is, don't give in to like binge eating just because you had one or two. Don't give in and be like, oh well, I already messed up. I already had the bad snack. Let me just go ahead and do it some more. I already had 2 Oreos. Let me just go ahead and finish off the sleeve. Because I already had a couple. I already ruined my diet for the day. Let me just keep going. Like, don't do that. That's the worst thing you can do. One cookie, 2 cookies, that's going to turn into the whole sleeve, the whole pack, and then it's going to turn into you missing your workout, skipping your workout. Oh, I'll just start on Monday. All that bull. Y'all know how it goes. Don't have the all or nothing mindset. That's the worst thing you can do. It's not all or nothing. It's definitely a balance. You can have Oreos and still be fit and still lose weight. I promise you, you can. So if you did eat something, you gave in to the cravings and you ate something that you wasn't supposed to eat, that's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up on it. Move on. Don't punish yourself. Like, it's okay. Don't skip your whole next meal just because you had some extra Oreos. Like, we still need the nutritional value from the meal. Like, don't go kill yourself doing some cardio to try to make up for it. Just get back to it the next meal or the next day or the next workout. Get right back to what you're supposed to be doing. Just because you have one off meal or something does not mean your whole entire day is ruined. It does not mean you ruined all your progress. So don't just say, oh, well, screw it. I already messed up. Let me just make it even worse. Like, don't do that. It's not going to help you out. Get right back to it. The next day, the next meal, the next workout, whatever it is. One snack ain't going to ruin your progress. One cheat meal is not going to ruin your progress. Just don't have that mindset. Don't have the mindset of, oh, I already failed. I might as well just keep eating them. Don't have that mindset. It's not good. It's not all or nothing. So don't let just one snack or one bad meal ruin your entire week or your entire weekend. Get right back to it. If you had a cheat meal, well, make your next meal. Like, go right back to what you're supposed to have. It's okay. Like, don't try to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. None of us are going to be perfect. So, yeah, don't be perfect. That's point number 10. And then also, I got a bonus point here. And this one's a good one because we don't realize these things affect us, but it really does. It's, again, I don't know all the science behind it. I can't tell you, like, all the scientific, hormones and things that are going on. But this is true and it's proven, and that is prioritize your sleep and prioritize your stress management. Because if you had a bad night's sleep, then studies show that your cravings, you have more cravings. Like, you're more likely to eat junk food or cravings the next day if you had a bad night's sleep. Same with stress. If you're more stressed out, the studies show that you're more likely to eat foods that you're not necessarily supposed to eat. So managing that stress, managing sleep, it's going to help you make better decisions and eat healthier food. So if you're constantly tired, if you're constantly stressed out, overwhelmed, trying to control your cravings like this is going to be very, very hard. It's going to be very difficult. So we got to focus on getting that stress and getting the stress down and the sleep up. That's what we got to do. It's going to make cravings go down. It's going to make it trying to manage that a whole lot easier. So if you're not getting good sleep, this may be the reason you've been eating so much junk food. Or if you've been stressed out lately, this may be the reason you've been having those cravings lately. So try to improve your sleep, try to reduce your stress, and see how that helps you. See how it helps you make better decisions when it comes to food. Because it will. It's something like you don't realize it at the time because it's not something you put 2 and 2 together, but it really does have an effect, and there's been studies to prove it. So don't take my word for it. Look it up online, and you can see for yourself. So, but yeah, prioritize sleep and stress. And honestly, that's not just going to be good for your food, for your cravings. It's going to be good for everything, your recovery, all that, your mood. It's going to be good for everything. So, like, always prioritize sleep and stress. Always. So, yeah, that's pretty much the podcast that I have for you today. And just know, like, if this is you, know that this is completely normal. Like, it's so normal to snack, especially with today's day and age and the way we have food and processed food and things. And it's hard not to snack because they're just, a lot of times snacks are available. We have them in our homes. We have them at work. They're available. You don't have to make them. You don't have to prepare them. They're already made. You just open the wrapper and eat it. A lot of times they're not healthy for us. So it's pretty normal. We all do this. So it's something we got to, really focus on and really try to, prevent. So to recap things, if you want to stop mindlessly snacking, remember these 10 things. I'll go over them again. So ask yourself if you're actually hungry. Make sure you're eating enough food during your meals. 3, make your meals that are actually satisfying, actually like satiating. eat healthier foods, proteins, things to keep you full. Number 4, create rules around snacking, like how you snack, create a rule. Number 5 is change your environment. So out of sight, out of mind. Number 6 is identify your triggers. So like when you get in bed at night, do you want something sweet? Or when you had a bad day, do you want something sweet? Or whatever that trigger is that makes you, kind of have a craving, identify that so you can help prevent it. Number 7, use the 10-minute rule. So if you want a snack, you can have the snack. You just got to wait 10 minutes to have the snack. Number 8, stop eating while distracted. Try to eat and be fully present with the food and not be distracted. This way you'll eat less food and you'll be, more satisfied with the food. Number 9, plan your snacks strategically. Like don't just pick whatever's there and available. Bring snacks with you if you know you're going to snack, or if you want a snack, bring them with you, plan them out. And number 10, stop trying to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. If you had a bad day, if you had a bad meal, if you ate a bad snack, it's okay. Get right back to it the next meal. Like get right back to your normal meal plan or whatever the next one. So yeah. A lot of times we don't need necessarily more willpower. A lot of times we just need more awareness of what we're doing, and we need a better system. So using these 10 little rules here can help you create a better system around snacking. So snacking is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not going to be, it's not going to ruin all your progress, but we can go about it a better way, and we could be more strategic about it when it comes to snacking. And a lot of times, like getting a nice little snack is just enjoyable. A lot of times we like a snack. So yeah, try to make those snacks more healthy, time them up right, don't overdo it, get right back to your original meal plan, and go from there. So if this is you, if you struggle with this, or you know somebody that does struggle with this, send this episode to a friend, help them out. I really appreciate it. Try one of these rules, 10 rules, try one of them to help you out with your snacking. Be aware of what you're doing, what you're eating. Start, try them out. Try them all if you can. Or just pick one that will, that could help you. Try it out when it comes to snacking, and just start making these small changes over time. Don't try to overhaul your whole meal plan. Don't try to cut out all snacks. Make one small change, and just keep implementing that over time, and it will eventually result in some big changes. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. I will see y'all in the next episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. I hope y'all have a great week. Peace, love, protein. We out.